Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my lovelies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least when makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today's video is going to be an ode to Revlon. Guys, I'm sure you've heard that Revlon has filed for bankruptcy, which means that they will not be in our local drugstores for too much awful longer. And that makes me sad. I actually really enjoy Revlon. I enjoy mostly their base products, but they have a lot of fun stuff. And it's going to be so sad to go to Walmart and not see their section anymore. So I really just kind of wanted to put out a love letter to Revlon. Let you know that you will be missed and we do love you. They have a couple of hits, a couple of misses, and some just alright kind of stuff. But I have a couple of new products to play with today, things that I've never tried before that I thought would be fun to experience the first time with you. And we're just going to dive right into it. I already have my eyes done. I did use Revlon eyeshadow today. I used a couple of the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Contour Kits. Now these are just little look in a compact kind of things. I love the concept of these. So they have a couple of different variations. This is the Romanticism. Then they have the Pop Art. And they also have the watercolors. Now this is the one that I'm using today. These include 5 shimmer shadows. There's no mattes in any of these, but you have 5 really beautiful kind of colorful yet somehow still neutral shadows in here. I have all of these colors on my lid at the moment. What do we think? Do we like it? Do we love it? It's so simple to use. They also have like a little layout of what goes where on the lid, and then on top of that, they also have extra options in case you have hooded or deep set eyes. Now this is more of a beginner friendly kind of thing, and I actually have had these for a good long while, and I bought them when I was trying to learn about placement, and these were invaluable to me. They really did help me learn what colors went where. I actually memorized it: base, darker, lighter. Base goes all over the lid, darker goes in the crease, and lighter goes up by the brow bone. I still say that to myself every single time I do my eyeshadow. It just helped me learn in a way that was really easy and really easy to absorb. So I love these. I have a lot of love for these little compact shadow looks so much. It's not the best, most pigmented eyeshadow in the world, but they are workable. They blend easily, and they give the look this kind of really velvetized, satiny kind of look to the eyelids. They're very flattering for wrinkly or textured eyelids. They're so nice. A little bit expensive for what they are, and I wish that there were at least a couple of mattes in here. But for an effortless, mindless kind of eye look, these are great. So I have that all over my eyes right now. And I also have one of these are the Revlon So Fierce eyeshadow quads. And again, you have 4 shimmers. Revlon doesn't do mattes for some reason, but this is what these look like. I actually think these are so fun. Definitely the best shade in this entire palette is this one right here. It is the most beautiful, deep, kind of bronzy. It legitimately just fell out of the pan. I am not even. I was going to sit here and say, oh, look how amazing this is. But it just fell out of the pan. Okay. So there's that. We'll go ahead and finish swatching it. Good Lord. Have mercy. That's what it looks like. Again, it's that beautiful kind of satiny shimmer formula that just is so flattering on the eyes. But again, once it blends out, you kind of lose a lot of that pigmentation, and what you're left with is this really beautiful kind of taupey, smoky kind of color. It's so pretty and very pretty on the eyes, but they're a little bit expensive for what they are, I think, and definitely packaging could use some work. So there's that. Now, when I think of Revlon, I definitely do not think of eyeshadows. Their eyeshadows are not what call to me when I think of the brand. I actually think about complexion products. Now they make some of my absolute favorite complexion products. If you want to talk about the Candid series, I love the Revlon Candid foundation. The Candid Glow is one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely adore the Candid Concealer. I keep one up here at all times. Did Did I use the rest of it? Did it disappear? I really love the Revlon Candid concealer. It's fantastic. I use the brightening shade and it just does wonders. Oh, here it is. It's just the Revlon Candid. It's antioxidant concealer. I use mine in the shade 001. Super, super brightening. Really beautiful on the under eyes. Doesn't emphasize fine lines. Doesn't emphasize dryness. Just looks beautiful on the under eyes. They no longer sell this anymore. I can't find it anywhere. If you guys can find this, please let me know. I am going to be so sad when I eventually run out of this. This is my last tube of it. I haven't been able to find a replacement anywhere. But this is fantastic. It's a fantastic concealer. They also have the Revlon Colorstay Full Coverage Concealer. This is a really nice concealer as well. This one dries down pretty quickly though, so this is one of those that you have to place and blend. But other than that, really great coverage. Again, isn't drying on the skin. It's just nice. And then last but not least, for the concealers, we have the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken. So this is a new one to me, and I actually haven't used this one yet. So we're kind of gonna demo this today. But this says it's got caffeine and vitamin C in it. It says 5-in-1 concealer. I have mine in the shade 015, 015. I picked up a couple of different shades as well, just because I wasn't sure what was going to work best for my skin tone. But it says 5-in-1 concealer, erase, perfect, brighten, hydrate, and refresh. So that sounds good to me. Anything that's going to brighten and hydrate my under eyes, yes please. So we're going to try this out today. It's got one of those nifty little tops on it. How do I open you? You screw off. Okay. So it's got one of those nifty kind of like cotton toppers on it where you just kind of tap it on, blend it out with that. We're gonna try it out today. So there's that. But before we do that, we're gonna head into some foundations. Now, as I said, I really love the Candid foundation. I love the Candid Glow foundation. They also have a 5-in-1 age defying foundation that's fantastic. But when I was at Walmart the other day, I saw this. This is something new I've never played with before, and I kind of wanted to give it a go. These are I threw the packaging away. These are the Revlon new Complexion One-Step Compact Makeup. Says it's got DermaBreathe technology. So this is fun. I got this in the 2 lightest shades. So I got Ivory Beige and Tender Peach. They both look really, really dark to me. I'm thinking that they're probably going to be lighter once I get them on my skin, but they look dark in the packaging. The packaging it's nice. It feels well made. Not like heavy, but good for drugstore. But it is super, super bulky. And I've kind of put my fingers in here a little bit already. It just looks so dark. But then once you get it on your finger, it doesn't look like the color's the same. It looks much lighter on my finger for some reason. So we're going to play with this. It comes with a little sponge applicator. I don't know that I'm going to use the sponge applicator. I might try to put this on with a brush and then try to use my sponge and see how that works. But we're just going to dive right into it. Let me start tapping this on my face and get my hair. My hair has been driving me absolutely bonkers recently. I just kind of like want it off of my skin, but there's so much of it that's still hard to do. I'm just gonna kind of dot this all over my face and then rub it in. I don't know what the coverage is like, but it said that it was good for dry skin, which is why I picked it up. I'm hoping that it's not going to make me look like a dried up, dusty old mummy. Hopefully not. So how does it say to apply this? Apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply after 40 minutes of sweating or swimming. Okay, so it's basically like a sunscreen kind of thing. Let's go in with my e.l.f. brush. This is my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It is my favorite foundation brush. I'm going to do one side with my brush and one side with my sponge, and we'll see how that looks. Just kind of stippling it into my skin. This does not look bad. I don't know what I was thinking was going to happen. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a little bit dry because cream foundations usually are on me. And I was thinking it was definitely going to be too dark, but it's not looking too dark. It's not looking too light either. It's kind of almost, I want to say almost a perfect match for my skin tone. It actually looks really nice with the brush as well. I'm going to dip my brush into the compact and do it that way and try to blend it down my neck a little bit. It feels super lightweight on my skin as well. I think I'm just going to do my whole face with a brush. That looks nice. Let's put it down here a little bit. Very, very lightweight. I would say it's got medium, light medium coverage, but we're gonna see if it's buildable. I can still see a little bit of my redness around my nose a little bit, but it's doing a great job of evening out my complexion. I always have dry spots around my nose, so makeup usually sits the worst around my nose, but that actually looks pretty good. I want to see if it's sticking to my dry patches at all, and it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's really just going on nice and evenly. It does take a little bit to blend out. It's not as like glidey on my skin as I would like it to be. I want to see if this dries down on its own, like if it self-sets, because if it self-sets, that'll be perfect. So then I don't have to like powder everything and powder my entire face. It does look a little bit rough just right there on the top of my nose. It's not really sinking into the skin as well as I would like it to. It's just kind of sitting on top of it. But it is not. Oh, wow. You know what, guys? I'm pretty impressed. It's not like the best foundation ever, and it's not the most hydrating foundation I've ever put on. But for the most part, this is really, really nice. I'm so sad that I've just now found it right before it's gone forever. I feel like this darker color is definitely going to be, let's put it like maybe right through here just to see what it looks like. Let's just maybe like a little bit darker. We'll put it right through here. Just do a little bit of like contouring. I just want to see what it looks like, what the tone of it is. Just put it up here. Yeah, it's got maybe a little bit more yellow to it. It's got more of that like peachy tone to it, which I guess is right there in the name. But this has nice coverage. I don't think like you could get like full coverage out of this. I feel like if you built it up that far, it would look a little bit cakey. But me just having this one kind of light layer on my skin actually looks so nice. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up as soon as I get it all on and get it all blended. But I am really, really happy with this. Again, that was the Revlon One-Step Complexion Compact Makeup. And I think what Revlon does best is they really make like age makeup for aging skin. And I say that as somebody with aging skin. I always have the worst time trying to find complexion products that work for my under eyes because I do have quite wrinkly under eyes. I have gigantic cheeks and I spend my life smiling. So like when I crinkle my under eyes, you can really see all those fine lines. And the hardest thing to do is finding complexion products that don't build up in those lines and really emphasize my texture. And this has given me like a, I want to say like a very skin-like finish to my skin. I look matte, but I don't look super matte. I have a little bit of luminosity to my skin, but it doesn't look overly dewy or luminous. It just really, really looks like skin. It looks very, very lifelike. I can still see my skin underneath it. I can still see a little bit of my redness kind of popping through, but for the most part, my complexion looks very, very evened out. I look very perfected. The color match is all right. It's not the absolute best, but I'm so red everywhere. It's so hard to find a perfect match for my skin anyway. That is stunning. That is so, so pretty. I'm going to do a really quick close-up look. Yeah. I mean, it's not like staying in my pores. It's not sinking into my lines. Like my forehead lines are really where I can tell if a foundation is going to work for me or not, because stuff really likes to sit, especially in this one in the center. Stuff really likes to set into that line. And it doesn't, it's not setting in there at all. It looks so nice. Okay. Love that. That is so, so pretty. Okay, so let's try the Colorstay Skin Awaken Concealer and see what this is all about. Let's go into shade 115, I think. 015, and see what that has to say. I'm just gonna put, that's too light. That's gonna be too light for me. I'm gonna have to go a shade up. I can tell that this is gonna get gross pretty quickly. I'm gonna blend this out with my e.l.f. Duo Complexion brush. And I'm just gonna keep it mostly right here where my dark circles are the worst. You know, maybe that's not too late for me. My babies have to go potty, so if you hear them whining in the background, it's because they want to go outside. Mr. Hubby went to take my niece home. She came, that looks really pretty. She came and spent a couple days with us, and it was time for her to go home today. We went swimming and we did makeup. We played with makeup. We had a really, really good time. But she is definitely a mama's girl and was 100% ready to go home this morning. So Mr. Hubby woke up and first thing took her home. So Sean went with him. Y'all, the only reason my son went with my husband to take my niece home was because he wanted to get Taco Bell. I tell you what, nothing motivates that child quite like food. You would think you would think the way that he acts, like I starve him, which I don't. If you've ever seen my child, you'll know that you can instantly look at him and see that he is very well fed. But you would think that I starve him the amount of times he's like, I'm starving, I need food. I can't keep that boy fed. So this looks really, really nice on my under eyes. It's got a, I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but it's got like a nice kind of medium coverage to it. And it really went onto my under eyes effortlessly. It blended out beautifully. It did pretty much camouflage my dark circles. I still have a little bit of darkness there, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more of it and just kind of brighten up the center of my face a little bit. We'll put a little bit down the center of my nose. I like this shade. I thought it was going to be too light, but it's not. It ends up blending out in a way because it's not super full coverage. It brightens without like super making you look ghostly. So that's nice. I'm just going to blend this out with my complexion brush. That is so pretty. It doesn't make my under eyes look super dry or crepey. It's blending out effortlessly. I'm in love with this. I've heard Mandy from, oh my goodness, I just completely brain farted. But Mandy Lee, I've heard Mandy Lee talk about this concealer. And she's actually the one that recommended the Revlon Candid to me. the Candid Concealer. She has dry skin as well, and she said that she liked this one, and I was a little bit hesitant, just because I'm not a big fan of the concealers that have that kind of applicator, just because they get so messy so quickly. But this looks so pretty. My skin looks fantastic. I am so happy. Like I said, Revlon does so well with complexion products. I just don't know why people don't talk about them more, because I love the foundation. I think the concealer is fantastic. I look covered and evened out, but not cakey or heavy in any way. That looks fantastic. I'm going to set my under eyes really quickly with a Revlon powder. I picked up a new Revlon powder as well. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Powder. This is just the translucent 1001, and I like the packaging on this. It looks nice. It looks kind of like spiffy. It's, again, a little clunky, chunky. It's a little bit big, but let's see if the actual powder. And it comes with actually a pretty nice brush. I mean, I probably won't use it, but it's a nice brush. It's not one of those like foam tip applicators. It's a real brush, but I'm going to use a little bit of this to set my under eyes. I feel like this concealer, though it seems pretty self-set, I'm going to put just a touch under my eyes just to make sure that they don't crease. I'm going to tap away any excess product that might be there, and then take my e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Tapered highlighting brush. It is my absolute favorite powder brush. Wow, a lot of powder comes off at one time, so definitely don't need to go hard into that, but I want to see if this looks good under my eyes. I have the hardest time finding powders for my under eyes because everything just ends up making me look so heavy, and the whole point of doing my makeup is so that my face looks better. And if it looks worse after I put powder on, then it's just super counterintuitive. I'm just kind of pressing this into that under eye area, and I want to see if it looks smoothing or heavy. It does look a little bit drying. It definitely looks a little bit drying under my eyes. I wouldn't say it looks heavy, but it's definitely not like a hydrating powder. They don't look bad. But I definitely like other powders better. This looks just a little bit heavy under my eyes. I'm going to give you guys a close-up real quick. So that's what the eye looks like after it's been powdered. It's fully set, but just like, not like overly set, just set enough to where it's not going to move around on me. I want to see if this concealer creases even with the powder on. It didn't leave a cast on my skin or anything, and it looks just a touch drying under my eyes. It's emphasizing my lines just a little bit, making me look just a little bit dry. But we'll see if putting some, I have to set my forehead creases as well, but we'll see after putting some setting spray on if it still looks that way. I'm just gonna lightly set this foundation because it's a cream, and though it doesn't feel sticky or tacky, it feels like I just need a very light kind of layer of powder just to really set everything down. I do like to set the creases of my mouth as well, just like that. And overall, I am really happy with this base. I think my complexion looks, I look a little bit ghostly, so we're definitely gonna add some color, but I mean, I'm pretty pale in general, so that's kind of, it is what it is. But that is so pretty. My complexion looks flawless. My under eyes don't look that bad. I think as the day wears on and I sweat a little bit, I think this is going to look absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy with that. So that was the Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Powder. That's really nice. I like that. So I do not have a Revlon bronzer, so we're just going to use a Maybeline bronzer, but I do have, I've got a new Revlon blush that I'm super excited to try out. I got a couple of different colors that I think are going to be really, really pretty. I've heard Emily Noel talk about the Revlon blushes, and I know she said that they were super, super pretty. Blush is one of those things that I think is just difficult to mess up. It would take a lot for me to not like a blush, especially a powder blush. I think anything that adds that really beautiful kind of flush of color to the cheeks is going to be for me. I don't think I've ever experienced a blush that I didn't enjoy. I'm trying to think. Oh, there was one from Ciate London. There was a, I think I got it in my BoxyCharm, not last month, but the month before. It was a liquid blush that went on the face and it just kind of stayed sticky and tacky. And I don't like liquid blushes like that. But as, you know, for the most part, powder blushes, I'm just really, really easy. I'm really easy. I like pretty much everything. And the colors in this line look like they're going to be so pretty on the face. I'm not sure what color I want to go with because my eyes are pretty smoky, and I didn't get in anything that was like super mauvey because my eyes are purple today. I really didn't think this looked through exceptionally well. But this bronzer is pretty. If you guys are wondering what I'm using, this is the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 300. It's a really, really great color, especially for my skin. It blends super, super easily, but it's not too much. It ends up looking very natural on my skin. I'm going to put a little bit on the sides of my nose for contour. I'm not really going to bother with contouring today. I'm just going to go for something that's pretty natural and kind of lightweight. I think I'm going to go for like a really blushy kind of look because my eyes look so glam. Just kind of adding a little bit of shape to my face with the bronzer, and then I'll add even more shape with the blush. Now moving on to the blush, again I picked up two different colors. So this is the what is this? This is the powder blush, the Revlon powder blush. I got it in two different shades. So I got it in the shade Pink Cognito, Secret Rose, and then I got Ravishing Rose. Yeah, Secret Rose and Ravishing Rose. Really beautiful colors. I think I'll probably go with this one and then maybe do a touch of this one. I didn't notice, but this one is actually broken. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the window is actually broken out of it. So I hope that's not going to affect the actual product on the inside. I didn't pre-open these either. Y'all, tweezers really do come to the rescue. I keep tweezers at my desk at all times, even when I don't have nails on. Sometimes it's impossible to get this drugstore packaging open without scissors and tweezers and all of that good stuff. Yeah, open sesame. The packaging is garbage, guys. It's garbage. Don't like the packaging. Also, in the comments below, will you guys please let me know of what shows to watch on Netflix? I am in the process of discovering Netflix for the very first time. And it's kind of overwhelming to me because there's so many options. There's so many options, guys, and I have no idea where to start first. I absolutely have been loving, my husband and I have been watching The Witcher, and then I also started watching Emily in Paris, which I absolutely adore. I was also watching, oh, what else was I watching? There was another series that I started watching with my husband. I don't remember what it was. But let me know in the comments below, what have you guys been enjoying watching on Netflix? Okay, so this is the shade Ravishing Rose. This is the lighter one. I'm just going to take this on my normal blush brush. This is my e.l.f. angled blush brush. This color looks Really pretty. Okay, so lots of kick up in the pan. I want you guys to see that. So it's pressed really, really loosely. This looks like it has a really beautiful amount of like a satiny shimmer to it, so it doesn't look like it's a flat matte kind of blush. That is so light. I had quite a bit on my brush as well. So this is one of those blushes that is buildable, which I love, which means you can play with it and really pile it on and not have to worry about putting too much on, which we love. This is almost the same color as my shirt. Look how beautiful and youthful that is. That is really just a beautiful light flush of color. I am here for that. That is so beautiful. And then it's also giving my cheek just the littlest, the tiniest amount of slight luminosity. There's a little bit of a sheen there. That's stunning. Ooh, I love this. It's not emphasizing any texture. It doesn't look powdery. I thought, I was worried a little bit when I opened it up and I saw how much kickback there was. I was worried it was going to look like a little powdery or chalky on the face, but it doesn't. I was also worried because it's so light, it was going to look a little bit like ashy or dusty on my face, but it doesn't at all. That is just a really beautiful, silky, smooth, light flush of color. I'm going to do the same thing. It picks up really beautifully on the brush. This is one of those blushes that you don't have to worry about, like, you know, really tapping off your brush and being super careful with. It's super forgiving and easy to work with. Can really just go to town on it and not worry about looking like a clown afterward, which we love. I usually go pretty heavy-handed on my blushes anyway. I like a really nice flushed kind of look, and this is beautiful. I love the kind of satiny quality and sheen it gives to the face. That's beautiful. Let's put a little bit on my nose. I'm gonna go for something really rosy and youthful today, so we'll take it across the bridge of the nose as well. That is beautiful. That looks so natural. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead as well, just anywhere that I naturally flush. I do like to shape my face a little bit with blush as well. Really kind of shape my face with that color. That is so pretty. I am so curious about this darker shade now. This was the shade Secret Rose. I think I'm gonna put just a touch of this back up here on my temple. So this has a really beautiful kind of like purple lavender undertone to it. And I think this color would be perfect for deeper skin tones. Oh, that's just absolutely stunning. It's going to give my face a little bit of depth and dimension. I'm just going to keep it right back here toward my cheekbone and temple. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. I think I might have found a new favorite blush. This one has just the teeniest, tiniest little kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has the smallest little reflex, there we go, like glitter reflex in it, and it translates onto the skin in such a beautiful, not glittery, because it doesn't look like glitter on the skin, it just gives you the most beautiful shine, like luminosity. That is absolutely stunning. Okay, so I love these. I absolutely adore the blushes. I adore this like cream makeup compact. This is fantastic as well. I really like the powder as well. Maybe not my favorite powder for under the eyes, but it has set my face in a really beautiful way. I think my complexion looks fantastic today. I'm gonna go over that deeper blush just a little bit with my beauty blender, just to really blend everything in. Blush does fade throughout the day as well, so when I first do my makeup, I like to go pretty hard on it because it does wear down throughout the day. But I just think with that little bit of color on my cheeks, it's brought so much life back to my face, and I don't look like ghostly pale like I did before. That's really, really beautiful. So I know we've all heard of this one, but I had to use it in today's video. This is the Revlon Skin Lights. This is the most beautiful, beautiful drugstore highlighter. So gorgeous on the skin. I have mine in the shade Daybreak, Daybreak Glimmer. This is what it looks like. I really enjoy Revlon packaging. I think this looks so nice. It's actually really heavy, especially when it comes to drugstore packaging, guys. A lot of the time, it just feels so light and dinky and cheap feeling, and I think Revlon really tries to give you a nice, substantial kind of feel in the hand, which I so appreciate. I'm just going to take my Moda Tapered highlighting brush, and I'm going to bring a little bit of this on the highest points of my face. Look at that. Look how beautiful that highlight is. I think this is the perfect color for my skin tone. It's got that little bit of warmth to it, but still it's got that kind of bit of like an icy kind of to it that I love so much. I really enjoy a nice blinding highlight, but I don't like something that's so icy that it leaves a cast on my skin. And this doesn't do that. This just gives me that really beautiful pinpoint kind of highlight. It's buildable as well, so if I really want it blinding, I can build it up to that point, or I can use just a little bit of it and get this nice kind of glow. I think it's beautiful. It doesn't enhance textures on the skin. It just looks so beautiful and glowy on the face. I am so in love with this. I wish that I had 200 of these. So stunning. I'm going to take a little bit on my fingertip and put it on my nose and on my upper lip. Full-on milk mustache. And I love it so much. Oh, it just brings that luminosity to the face. It gives you such a glow without looking like the Tin Man. This is absolutely stunning. So that's the Revlon Skin Lights in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. Oh, so pretty. I love this. I love this so much. And last but not least, I think it's time to do a little bit of a lippy. And guys, I know if you ever look at my description boxes, everything I used in today's video will be in the description box below. But if you guys ever read my description boxes, 9 times out of 10, I'm using a Revlon lipstick. I really enjoy Revlon lipstick. I think they're fantastic. They're just a really classic, old school cream lipstick formula. I think that they wear for a nice amount of time. They're super comfortable on the lips as well. I have so many of them. They have so many different formulas as well. You have the super lustrous, which is like the OG formula. Then you have the new ones, which are the matte. Then you have, I love Revlon lippies. I think today I'm going to go for something that's a little bit purpley, a little bit deeper and darker, just to bring a little bit of drama to the face. I think I'm going to use this one. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Pearl Lipstick in the shade Plum Baby. I don't have a Revlon lip liner. I know that they sell Revlon lip liners. I just didn't pick one up. I didn't think about it. So I'm just going to use the one that I always use. This is my NYX Suede Lip Liner in the shade Downtown Beauty. And I'm going to lightly define my lips, focusing mostly there we go. just lightly defining my lips. And then we're going to go in with that lipstick. So this is what the shade actually looks like. I'm not sure that it's going to match this look, but this is what I picked, so that's what we're going with. So this is the Super Lustrous Pearl Lipstick in the shade Plum Baby. Yeah, that's pretty. That'll work. A little bit dark, a little bit vampy, but not too much. You've got that really beautiful kind of pearlized finish to it, so it gives a little bit of lusciousness and shine to the lips, but you still get that. It's not like shiny like a cream lipstick, but it's not matte like a matte lipstick. I just think it's got a beautiful finish to it. It looks so pretty on the lips. Let's take the hair down so we can get the finished look together. And that is today's full face of Revlon makeup. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of setting spray. I don't have a Revlon setting spray either. This is the Lottie London Coconut Setting Spray. Kind of tone down a little bit of that powder that we've got going on. Bring a little bit of life back to the skin. What do we think? I think it's so pretty. I really do love Revlon so much. I'm so sad that they're going out of business. Guys, stock up on it. Stock up on your faves. I'm hoping that they have like a gigantic sale coming very soon. Everything's gonna go marked down for like pennies on the dollar maybe, and I'm gonna stock up. I'm gonna buy so many blushes, lots of skin lights, and definitely as many lipsticks as I can get my grubby little fingers on. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera playing with my makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. As always, I will list everything in today's video in the description box below, along with the links to all my other social medias. So if you're not following me on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, please make sure that you're doing that. Your support is appreciated so much. You just don't even know. Every time you guys click on one of my videos, it makes my heart soar just a tiny bit. I love you so very much. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.